Welcome back. We're going to talk about Cleanspark and how we kind of missed earnings. It was pretty crappy actually, but let's get into it. Let me explain a little bit real quick and kind of my take on it. Sorry I'm a little late on this. I just got off worked the last couple days. So I'm doing this before I go to bed. We'll just kind of do a quick video here. Current assets were 51.8 million, whereas our total assets are 297 million. Get into our current liabilities of 11.9 million. That's more short-term, like short-term debt and stuff like that. Total liabilities 15.6 million. Alright, I mean that's, it's getting bigger than previously, but they are growing. Had a bit of a sell-off here, and I think it was a little bit of an overreaction, so we'll see what happens tomorrow. Could go down more, it could go up. I'm not a financial advisor. You guys got to do your own research, obviously. I'm just some guy talking about different stocks. But yeah, the stockholders' equity, a lot of employee-based, executive-based compensation. So let's get into that and explain a little bit here. And if you get into statements they made on April 16, 2021, we would already know this. That's why I think it's an overreaction. So part of the adjustments to their compensation is that Zach Bradford, the CEO, 0.6 Bitcoin a month, he's looking at 7.2 Bitcoin a year. So that's part of his compensation, as well as 250,000 in cash and 150,000 in RSU, restricted stock units. Restricted stock units are based on milestones that they make, or it's based on time that they're at the company. So, that's definitely not helping the stock. But I mean, they do deserve a reward once in a while. We'll see if they can execute everything they're still talking about and keep growing. An additional cash bonus of 500,000, 300,000 RSUs based on certain additional targets. So if they can meet what the goals are, he gets extra compensation. So it's in his best interest to make the stock do good, to make the company grow and succeed. Now Lori Love, which is another executive, she was looking at a bonus of 40,000 based on achieving certain gross revenues. And Matthew Schultz, one of the founders, I believe, 6 Bitcoin a year. So we've got Zach Bradford taking 7 Bitcoin a year, Matthew Schultz taking 6 Bitcoin a year. Right now that doesn't seem too great. Now we're looking at 100,000 RSU, $400,000, and an aggregate of 200 based on capitalization targets. Alright, so this is part of the why, and you guys can check it out yourself. You can look at their 8K. It gives you that kind of information. These are all things you want to check out, guys, just to kind of do your own research up. It definitely helps. Now here we're gonna get to like the good news, because there's definitely a couple bad things, but I do think it's a bit of an overreaction. We'll see though. Currently they're getting 820 petahashes, nearly doubling the capacity just 46 days ago, and they anticipate achieving 1 exahash, which you're looking at, they produced 3 Bitcoin on June 30th, so the quarter ended. Now they're capable of producing 6 to 7 Bitcoin a day, and at the current difficulty rates, 1 exahash would result in 8 to 9 Bitcoin a day. So they're working right to that. That 6 to 7 a day is what they're talking about there. 820 petahashes is what they're getting, 6 to 7 Bitcoin a day. So the current difficulty rates, which we know that the difficulty rates will probably rise, obviously, as more miners grow and become online, you'd be resulting in 8 to 9 Bitcoin a day, which would mean 376,000 to 423,000 a day, 137 million to 154 million annually in revenue, using a Bitcoin price of 47,000, which we're close. We're really close to that price right now. We're having a little pullback here, but I feel pretty confident in Bitcoin. And if you guys are confident in Bitcoin as well, they're going to continue to make their money off of it. So it's kind of a good chance to make money while Bitcoin just sits around 47,000 potentially, or 50,000 in the future. If it doesn't grow up to 100,000 like some people are saying by year end, which, I mean, who knows, you know. So, I mean, that's some good stuff here. They're expanding their total energy capacity in the Atlanta facility. They have 22,000 of the latest generation Bitmain S19s, and S19 Pro mining rigs scheduled to arrive and be installed over the next 12 to 14 months. The company expects to place additional orders in the near future, continue growing its mining fleet beyond what's currently ordered. Nice. Hash rate is expected to increase to 3.4 exahash. For perspective, at current difficulty rates, if the full 3.4 were in place today, it would result in 26 to 28 Bitcoin a day. This in turn would result in 1.2 to 1.3 million per day. And mind you, they'd be at about a $6,000 to $8,000 cost per Bitcoin, I believe. Cost to produce. If you did 6 million in additional energy related contracts last quarter, increased quarter-over-quarter revenue by 61%. Okay. Slowly ramping up with that. And the sales growth has resulted in a very robust backlog that's expected to result in positive revenue growth over the next several quarters. Although the company's seeing strong sales growth, the energy industry as a whole is still encountering global supply chain constraints. Tight battery supply. Go figure, they're having issues too, just like everybody else. A large number of batteries were received into inventory in June and July. Expect more positive improvements to the global supply chain and continued normalization through the balance of 2021. And that's that. There's also something else here. So, as for that 3 exahash that they were talking about, which would give us around 26 or so Bitcoin per day, they're hoping to exceed that capacity by mid to late 2022. So, I mean, if you guys are patient, patience pays off. We'll see if I'm right, we'll see if I'm wrong. But I believe the goal here is being patient. Like, of course, the executives want to get a little bit of compensation. They've been working on this company for a long time. A lot of their compensation is by stock, and they're obviously bullish on Bitcoin since some of his compensation is Bitcoin, both of the Zach Bradford and Matthew Schultz. So it seems pretty good to me. I mean, yeah, it's definitely not something positive, and it's definitely not a short-term positive catalyst. It's obviously negative, and it caused a quick sell-off. But what I do yesterday and today, yeah, I bought a bunch of Cleanspark. Bought Bitcoin too. Bought Cleanspark, bought Bitcoin. And for the last thing, let's check out his Twitter real quick. So, this was only posted, we're talking about 6 days ago. 6 days ago, okay. 324 more brand new S19 Pro Bitcoin miners deployed today. 95% carbon free. So there's some of the miners there. They're building the new facility. But that's basically it for that. Obviously, it wasn't the best earnings report, but I'm long term on this one, and I'm feeling pretty good about it. Alright guys, well, what do you think? Are you sketched out by this now? Is it something you're even more bullish on since the price is lower? They're looking at like less than 400 million market cap. Me personally, I'm just gonna keep buying little chunks at it. I still feel pretty confident in the stock. They're doing everything they're saying they're doing. I also bought some immersion today. That was looking really good for the price. Their quarterly earnings was pretty good, and it just sold off with the whole market today. And yesterday. Actually, yesterday it was green. My bad. Yesterday was green. I should have sold what I had, but I don't really like swing trading too much. I like long-term investing. a little bit of swing trades once in a while if you can, if the time is right. But yeah, that's it, guys. If you want to check out, maybe I'll do a video of immersion next. I'm also pretty bullish on, I don't know, I got like a very diverse portfolio. You guys will see it over time. But thanks again, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. Trying to put them out as often as I can. Work's always in the way. Have a great night, guys. I'll catch you on the next one. Peace out.